93.1. Welcome back to the show, Monsters. You still got me, Aubrey. It's the deep dish, and I did mention that we have a very special guest here with us today. You've been hearing her tracks on repeat, giving us that warm and fresh feeling of falling in love. Singer, songwriter, and the brain behind Running Home. We got Jade LeMac with us. Hey, Jade.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, wow. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here. How are you? How have you been?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be doing this.
Well, we're excited to have you with us. Where are you joining us from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, you're currently in Vancouver,
I
Canada.
am currently here, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And can I just say, there's something about the air in both the US and Vancouver that just makes you look amazing. Because I don't know if you guys are seeing it. We are live on Facebook right now, Jade. You look absolutely amazing.
Thank you so
Look
much.
at you look like you're glowing. Yes. Anywho, we're very excited to have you here on the show. The Monsters, our listeners, they love your track Running Home a lot. They say it's very freeing. Well, myself included. We say it's very freeing. You feel, I don't know, like you feel a lot of love. And it's kind of like a return to warmth from somewhere cold from the track. Was that the vision that you had for the song when you were writing it?
Yeah, I mean, when I originally wrote it, I didn't know what I wanted from the song exactly. I think I thought Running Home was honestly going to be more of like a sadder song, but we flipped it on its head and we turned it to be this uplifting, love song about, just reminding and reassuring your partner that no matter what happens, you'll always come home to them or always run home to them, I guess.
Oh, wow. Wait, Running Home used to be, it was supposed to be a sad track?
Yeah, almost. When I originally wrote it, I like wrote it on guitar and it had a lot more of a sad vibe to it in my head. And that's kind of the vision that I had. But yeah, it completely changed.
Yeah, it's kind of like the script flipped 100% because, like, I didn't see that coming. What was the original storyline supposed to be like then? If Running Home was supposed to be a sad ish track or kind of like a little more mellow, how would, what was
Yeah,
the idea supposed to be?
I honestly I have no clue, to be honest, because I never actually like finished writing it, but I know when writing the chorus, it felt a lot sadder, and the production was supposed to be stripped and everything, and it was just supposed to be like a guitar and my vocal and the these powerful kind of production things, but my producer JVP, who I work very closely with,
Hmm.
heard it and was like, "This could be an amazing pop song," and I was like, "Let's try it out," and so we did, and I'm so glad because I think that the storyline now is perfect and it all makes sense.
It does. I don't know. It feels right.
Yeah,
It kind
it
of feels
does.
right the way it is. I don't know. I gotta ask though, was the song inspired by, I guess, a certain happening, a certain situation in your life? I know that you're a singer songwriter, and usually, of course, singer songwriters they tend to get from their personal experiences to create bangers of tracks. So, was Running Home inspired by, I guess, a situation, something that happened?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I drew inspiration from many experiences with this song. I've been on, both sides of the song, being the person who needs the reassurance, but as well as being the person who is giving the reassurance. So I feel like I've taken inspiration from past relationships, but as well as a lot from my current relationship and stuff like that. When you love someone, you always want to reassure them and everything. So
For sure. Reassurance is honestly like one of the top things that people look for in relationships,
yeah,
reassurance, communication. And I guess that's why a lot of the monsters really resonated with your track. I guess that's why a lot of them felt that feeling of finally we get to go home, not to an actual like a literal home, but I guess to someone whom you would find or whom you would call home, whom you would call a
yeah,
sanctuary. And I think that's
exactly.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you were able to like utilize your past experiences. We're going to talk more about Jade's musical process in just a bit. But another thing that I got to ask about Running Home is this. The song has a lot of what some of the DJs here would call yearning energy. I mean, you got lyrics like, I'd live 1,000 lives, die a million times, and I'd be just fine as long as you were mine at least one time. Like, that's yearner energy. So I got to ask, would you consider yourself a yearner?
Yeah, I think so. I'm very much a person who feels emotions very hard. So if I love you and if I want to be with you, I'm I'm gonna show that, and I will, you know, try for everything, and I will, keep loving you until you don't love me, pretty much. So
And we love that. We love that. I feel like that's such an underrated feeling, you know? The ability to love openly is a strength that a lot of people do not realize. And it's
hmm
amazing that you not only possess that, but you're also able to channel it in your
yeah.
tracks. So that's, I don't know, that's really cool. What is, oh, okay. So we found out that Jade is a yearner. So what is the most down bad thing that you've done as a yearner? What is the most down bad thing that you've done?
Ooh, I mean, probably write songs. Like, really, like, writing songs about people can be very difficult, and I feel like, some people don't like to get too personal, so probably just like writing songs about the people, and also writing them way too quick, like not being in a relationship for a couple years and writing a song, like writing a song like a week after meeting them.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I mean, well, hey, if the inspiration strikes, it's
exactly.
what,
Hey.
you gotta channel your feelings.
Yeah.
You gotta just let it out. Now, apart from Running Home, you have a couple more breakout tracks under your belt, but we gotta talk about the song that started it all, Constellations, which you started writing at the age of 15. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's crazy, first and foremost. Being able to write a track, to translate ideas and memories into song lyrics at the age of 15. For full disclosure, Monsters, Jade and I had a bit of a chit chat before we went on air, and I learned that the first song that she wrote, like, yes, Constellations, the first song that she wrote when she was 15, but the first song that she ever wrote was at age 11.
Yeah.
Age 11.
Yeah.
How do you know how to properly get those words and form them into words? No, not words, like song lyrics that don't sound cringy or repetitive at the age of 11. How do
I
you
mean,
know what words to use?
hey, maybe it did sound cringy and repetitive, but I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I think that I've just always been very in touch with my emotions, and I feel like I was too scared to talk to anybody about them, so I kind of just decided to write them down. And I feel like at a very young age, as like 11 and 12, I learned that songwriting comes really easy to me, and I kind of just saw it as writing my emotions with a rhyme at the end of it. So yeah, it luckily came very, very naturally to me. But yeah, I definitely think I've improved since then, though.
Well, to say that that comes naturally, and this is also something I've told Jade earlier, it's such a flex. Like, to be able to not only feel properly, to channel all of your emotions into song, and to have people resonate with those songs. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken plaque here, but like, come on, it's an absolutely amazing talent to have, and you gotta be proud of yourself for that, girl. You gotta pat on the
Thank you, I
back.
appreciate it.
Now, it took you a year to fully finish writing Constellations, I believe. You finished writing Constellations when you were 16 then,
Yeah.
correct? Then how is that process like? That's a year. A lot of things could happen in a year. Did you do a lot of revising, revisiting, a lot of editing? Were there some phrases that came in you thought it was good at the age of 15, but then coming back to it, reading it again at the age of 16, you were like, no, maybe this isn't maybe we should cut this out.
Yeah, no, it was actually more like I wrote the chorus and maybe the first verse or something, and kind of just didn't know what to do from there and just left it. Or maybe I only had the chorus. I think I had the chorus in the bridge. I think that's what it was. And then a year later, I had to record some demos, and that's when I got the song again and just rewrote it and finished writing the song. And then I showed it to my mom and my who's now my.
Oh, hold on, Jade. I think we're losing you. Are are we still here? I think we're losing you a bit. I think it's the internet connection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the internet. Oh, okay. Now we could hear you properly now. Though.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
okay. So we got cut off. You were saying something about showing the track to your mom.
Yes, so basically I ended up a year later, I had to record some demos, and I remembered the song, rewrote the verses, or I guess not rewrote because they weren't ever written. So I just wrote some verses to the song and showed my mom because I was scared whether it was good or not, because I definitely went a little crazier with the lyrics than I normally did at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up working out, luckily.
Luckily, well, thankfully, it all worked out.
Yeah.
When okay, but with all of the songs, you did mention again that you started writing tracks at the age of 11. What made you want to choose, or what rather made you choose Constellations as the song to be released? Like, why Constellations? Why that for your debut?
I think for Constellation to be my debut, I just remember my producer really liking the song, so
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to produce it, and we just collaborated on that, and so that's really just the first song that I made professionally. And
Oh,
yeah, so then we decided to release it. I teased it a little bit on TikTok, and it reacted very well, and it became what it was, and then it kept growing from there, and now uh, it's we call it a song with 9 lives because it just keeps coming back.
well, I mean, look at you now. Constellations, it's gotten so big. It was featured on Netflix's My Life with Walter Boys, and you're currently enjoying like massive TikTok success. You got like what, more than 1 million followers, which is crazy. So, did 15-year-old Jade ever think that by picking up that pen and paper, she would get this far?
Did 15-year-old Jade? I mean, young me, I don't think
Oh,
ever would have thought that I would be here. I always dreamt about it, but I guess part of me like knew in a way, but I really didn't. Like it was more of just a dream. So I am very, very glad that it worked out the way that it did, and that I'm here now, and I hope 15-year-old me would be very proud.
well, I think she would be. I think she would be. Now, before we get on to the rest of the questions, Jade, I'm not so sure if this is a problem with the internet on our end, but you're kind of cutting off. We gotta. Hold on. Okay, Jade, are you still with us? Could you probably say hello? Because we got a couple of glitches from your end earlier.
Yeah, there's a couple of glitches on my end.
Oh, gosh. Well, you know what? Okay, we'll work with what we have. We got this. Now, we did mention talking a bit about your musical process as well. I gotta ask, where do you usually get inspirations for your songs?
Yeah, so with my songs, I feel like the inspiration is different with every song, and I never go into like I never grab my guitar and decide that I'm gonna write a certain song. That happens very rarely. It's usually I grab my guitar or my sit down at my piano and I kind of just start messing around until something feels right, and then once it feels right, I kind of get the vision and go from there. So sometimes I sit down and write a happy song. Sometimes it's a sad song, or sometimes it's about something completely different. But yeah, it's different every time.
I see. So it's kind of more like what, a trial or error process? Trial and error. If let's say a melody feels right, if a feel feels right,
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
proceed with it. You
Yeah.
know, some artists, some of the artists that I've interviewed before, they prefer to take nature walks. Others prefer locking themselves in a room or a studio until they kind of emerge with at least an idea or a direction as to where they want the song to go. So, do you need to situate yourself in a specific setting in order to get those creative juices flowing, or do they really just come at you at the most random of times?
I think, especially in the past year, I've done a lot of writing in my car while driving. Funny enough,
Oh,
yeah, like I will record guitar chords or something, or chords on the piano, or some sort of thing, an instrumental, and then write over top of it while I'm driving. Pretty much, just have it repeating in the car, and I feel like I just have that inspiration of being by myself and being able to have no one hear me. Um, so yeah, that's been a big thing for me this year is writing in the car.
no, because I'm kind of seeing the vision right now. As I've mentioned, monsters, some people prefer to take walks to immerse themselves in nature, see different views. Some people prefer to lock themselves in the studio. Jade is the best of both worlds. She locks herself in a car. She
Yeah.
gets that alone time. but like at the same time, she's able to drive from place to place so that she could still check out those views. I don't know. That's kind of genius, actually. That's kind of genius of you. It's actually pretty cool.
Thank
Now,
you.
you are a singer and a storyteller, with the songs ranging from lovey-dovey vibes, very light to very warm, very lighthearted, to pure vengeance plots like Meet You in Hell. You've done the whole range. From all the songs you've written, which one was the most challenging to bring to life?
Ooh, I think the most challenging to bring to life. I think Last Day on Earth was. I don't know if it was the most challenging, but it's one that stands out because
Ooh, why so?
apparently we tend to do this often, my producer and I, but the song was completely different before, and we just couldn't figure out how to like crack the code on it to really be happy with the the outcome of it. But
Right.
we completely flipped the song on its head and completely changed the production, sped it up, took out basically 3/4 of the song, rewrote it, and it became a completely different song. And so that one I remember being like, once we finally cracked the code and got it, it was just a huge relief because it's one of my like favorite songs now. But we were really struggling with it at first.
But was there a time that you had to go through that process? The process of, I don't know, rewriting the song or finding a brand new vibe to match the song better? But you felt as if, I don't know, maybe you felt bad because the original draft of the song was something that you really felt close to, you really felt good about. And now that you had to make some major changes to it, it just feels, oh, but how do I say this? It feels sad.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah, I mean, it's happened before in the past. I feel like that's had to do more with like what a label necessarily would have wanted creative wise with the song, which can be very difficult. But I learned from that, and I'm very, if I like something and I believe in something and I feel that it's right, I'll never change it. I don't care who doesn't like it. And I've learned to stand my ground with that for sure. And my producer, there's times where, he's like, maybe you should switch this line or something. And
Hmm.
there's times where I'm like, yeah, I totally get that. I'm not in love with that part. So I'm okay with changing that. But there are also times where I'm like, there's no way I'm changing that.
Well,
And,
good for you.
yeah.
Good
So
for you. Knowing how to stand your ground, that's super important as well to an artist. That way you still get your creative freedom.
yeah.
Super, super important. Now, Monsters, if you may remember earlier, we did touch on this. Jay, the first song you've ever written was at the age of 11. Do you perhaps remember the song? Not necessarily the whole song in its entirety, but maybe, I don't know, a couple of lyrics, the idea of the song. Do you perhaps remember what it was about?
Yes, it was I think I think it was called I Don't Want to Be You or something. I don't want to be It was something along those lines. It was a sad song. I know that. Um and I think it might have been like a heartbreak song even though I'm 11. I don't know what I would have been heartbroken about. Or it was about like bullies in middle school or something like that, like people who
Maybe.
were mean to me. Um I don't remember how it goes unfortunately, but it was one of those. And yeah. But I
Say,
also,
oh,
sorry to
go
interrupt,
on.
I also actually, technically, the first song I ever wrote was I rewrote Stay by Rihanna.
No way.
Yeah, that was actually technically the first song I ever wrote. I just rewrote the lyrics pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, well, how would Stay, in this case, by Jade LeMac, let's say if you were to rewrite it, re envisioning, what would the direction be?
It would be it was a lot sadder. I remember like I stubbed my finger playing basketball and then like these girls made fun of me or something and I came home that day, cried and then rewrote the song and I was like, "Oh my god, I can write songs." And it was very sad about I don't even remember fully, but it was like even sadder than it already is.
Gosh, I can imagine. I'm sorry, but what really got me was stubbing your finger on a basketball.
I
And
know.
they just laughed at you?
Yeah, I know.
Nah,
How could
no.
I not write a sad song about that?
Exactly. I don't know. I would have bald for days, man. That's painful. To all the
I
monsters
know.
out there, I don't know if you guys have experienced that. Anything to do with your fingernails getting damaged, getting hit, that hurts. That
Yeah,
hurts a
I'll
lot.
pass. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, hypothetically seen, we would, or let's say you come in contact, or let's say you get a copy of the first ever song that you've written, the song that was written by 11-year-old Jade. How would you react to it right now?
I would probably
Hypothetically.
cringe really hard.
Nah, I mean, was it that? Was
I
it that?
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't remember what it sounds like. I remember some of my other songs that I wrote at that age, but I it's definitely like I'm glad that I've learned how to write songs better in my opinion. Like I feel like I've definitely improved, but it's also really like cute and endearing to like look back
Mm.
on like little me and what I was feeling, and there are some lyrics and I'm like, wow, that's really I'm impressed. Like I still think that's a good lyric to this day. But some lyrics I'm like, good thing that
Pass.
never yeah, good thing that never came out. Yeah.
Get rid of it. Burn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Get it off the face of the earth. But if you were to give, okay, out of all of the songwriting tips, tricks, maybe lessons that you've learned, what is one thing that really stuck with you? Maybe to all the monsters out there who also plan to follow in your footsteps, want to be a singer songwriter as well. What's a good piece of advice that you got for them?
I think to just I mean, do what feels right. That's my like biggest thing is I just do what feels right and put yourself out there. Don't care what people think. Do what you love to do. Write about what you want to write about. And yeah, just believe in yourself.
Stand in that ground and trust in
Yeah,
that artist's intuition.
exactly.
Very nice, very nice. You know, that's actually perfect because the next question I was about to ask is something about, in a world that's so focused on following trends, how do you stay true to what makes you and your music you? Would you say that that really is what keeps you grounded? Would make sure that everything that you release is authentic, that it came from you?
Yeah, I mean, that's always something that I feel like I was like worried about. And it's still something that I'm also like learning to do is figuring out my sound. I feel like, artists especially, they're always growing and sounds always changing and stuff. I feel like with this EP coming upcoming EP, I feel like I've learned a lot about my sound and like what I love with certain vibes and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, can you hear me? Did we cut out again? Hello?
Bring to the world. Oh, hey Jade. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Okay. We thought
okay.
we lost you. It was a
No,
problem
I'm
on
back.
our
I'm
end.
back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
So yeah, we were talking about what makes your music, or how do you stay true to what makes you you and your music. And you did
Yeah.
mention learning a lot of new things from the process of the creation of your upcoming album.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I learn a lot with that, especially with certain sounds. And I mean, I'm still working on that. Like I feel like I'm still discovering my sound, but my biggest thing, like I said, is just to always follow my guts and my instincts and do what feels right. And
For
to
sure.
stand that ground, but also to be able like to take opinions from others and criticism and constantly learn from others as well.
Yeah, it's all about balance.
Exactly.
It's all about balance. Now let's talk about your latest single. Of course, you recently released your latest single, "Sleeping with the Lights On." Can you please tell us more about it?
Yeah, this song is a very vulnerable song and it's very raw. It's based off a lot of personal experience. It's a heartbreak song, and it's pretty much just about being so scared to lose somebody that you don't want to turn the lights off, because once you do, you're stuck in your own head and your own thoughts, and you're scared of feeling those sad emotions.
And I don't know if any of the monsters have experiences, maybe those who have gone through heartbreaks, but it's such a scary place to be in that kind of mindset, something that used to be so familiar and now you're going to have to go through it alone.
Yeah.
And in this song, you show a more vulnerable side to yourself. Like, again, going through the pain of heartbreak. You tell them, don't go, don't love someone else. How could you be okay while I'm losing my mind over this?
Mhm.
Which is probably one of the more challenging parts of the breakup process, at least so I've heard. It's what people would call the denial stage, I suppose. So if you can give one piece of advice to anyone who is going through that specific stage of life at this moment, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that it's okay to feel sad, because it's only temporary, and as cheesy as that is, it's true. You will move on at some point, and everything happens for a reason. So you're just going through something right now, just, to meet your future person.
That's actually very beautiful. Everything happens for a reason. Like, it could suck right now, but maybe later on, as you go through it, you probably realize that there's maybe a thing or two that you learned from this. Maybe the thing had to end for a certain reason. I don't know. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Monsters, whether you're going through love or through the trials and tribulations of heartbreak, Jade probably has a song for you. And you're coming out with a brand new album. Let's talk about it. It's Always at Night, the
Yeah.
name of your upcoming album. Why is that the title?
It's the title. It's well, Sleeping with the Lights On was the first song I wrote on this EP, so it was took inspiration from that. Um, and with me personally, I feel my emotions a lot stronger as soon as it's dark outside and I turn the lights off and I'm stuck in my own head. And I used to think that it was only the sad emotions that I would feel a lot stronger, like heartbreak or just like sadness, any of those. But as I grew up and I gained more experiences and everything, I realized that it happens with every emotions. It could be, meeting someone new and I have a crush and I'm thinking about them as soon as I'm in my own head, or I'm excited about something. So I have every emotion, with all these songs on the EP. I've got heartbreak, love, meeting someone new, desire, all those things. And so that's why I called it It's Always at Night, because you feel your emotions stronger at night.
I get it now. Okay, now it totally makes sense. It does, because for some reason, I don't know why, but the feels kind of get amplified by, I don't know, 100 times when night comes. You get to be a little bit more introspective. You get to get a lot more time to think about things on a deeper level. And I guess those are some of the things that we can expect. Those are some of the feels that we can expect with this upcoming album of yours.
Yeah.
Now we do have a listener right here who wants to ask you a question. Let me pull it up right here. This one's from a user OBVUMI who says, "Hello, Jade. What's your favorite song on your new album?" I know
My
they're all of your
favorite,
babies, but if you had to pick,
I think my favorite one would be Sweet Dreams.
why
I
so?
think so. I just think it's a beautiful song. I feel like I really, really love the lyrics and the melodies. And the lyrics are like love lyrics in a way, but the song is very haunting and gut wrenching. So I really love the contradictiveness of it. Yeah.
It's usually the songs that have that sort of duality that really sticks with you, like something
Hmm.
that's kind of happy, but it kind of has a sad undertone to it as well.
Yeah.
Gosh, haunting, haunting. Now, what can fans look forward to for this coming EP of yours?
I mean, I think I'm hoping, at least, since there's, lots of different emotions, that no matter what they're going through, they can find a song that they relate to, and, a song that they kind of need to hear. So that's what I'm hoping they get out of it, and I'm hoping they can relate and enjoy the music and have fun or cry or do whatever they need to do.
Feel through it.
Yeah, exactly.
And well, I mean, a lot of the monsters here resonate really well with your track Running Home. So, if from that alone, you got a lot of people resonating, what more with the actual album in itself? You got loads of feels coming. Monsters, it's always at night. That's Jade's new EP. That's set for release on November 7th, so be sure to look forward to it. Now, Jade, apart from your releases, you had a big year. A couple of months ago, you performed on one of the biggest music stages in the world. You performed at Lollapalooza. How was that
Yeah.
like?
It was so awesome. It was so cool. Such an amazing experience. It was the first festival I performed in the United States. And yeah, it was just a crazy overall experience, and it definitely be a memory that I hold forever.
For sure, for sure. How is the energy? How is the mindset? How did you feel after the performance? Like, what was your first thought as soon as you completed your set and you stepped down that stage?
It was relief because I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I get really bad stage fright, so I was definitely so scared to get on stage. But luckily, the vibes were amazing. It was super fun, and yeah, definitely relieved after I got off stage.
Well, I could imagine. I watched a couple of fan cams. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and girl, the energy that came, the vibes that came from the stage, I don't know. It was just, it was beautiful. It was amazing. You got to be so proud of yourself. Not only that, but last year you were also nominated at the GLAAD Media Awards for Outstanding Breakthrough Music Artist. And this is huge to all the monsters tuned in who are probably, who don't really know what GLAAD is. GLAAD is a gay and lesbian alliance against defamation. This is like huge to be able to be recognized by the GLAAD Media Awards. Uh, Congratulations, first and foremost. And what is something that you hope to inspire in queer kids and even your peers?
I hope that I can be the person that I needed when I was younger for others, and that they feel okay with themselves and proud of themselves. I want them to always feel like, they can be themselves and know that that's okay, and that they're beautiful no matter what.
That's beautiful in itself. I'm pretty sure a lot of your fans feel that way. I mean, you have such a comforting vibe. And this is something that I'm just getting from this interview in itself. You have such a comforting vibe in the way that you were so in touch with your feelings and your emotions. Honestly, that's something to applaud. So I don't know. That's just amazing. Now, apart from the album, Jade, is there anything else that's in the works for the rest of the year? Like, do you have, I don't know, another single coming out? Maybe you're cooking up a tour? Is there anything that the fans can look forward to? Maybe not just for the end of the year, maybe a little teaser, a little sneak peek as to what they can expect for the next year?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that the new EP is coming out November 7th, so I'm very excited for that. And then next year, I'm going on a Canada tour and then an Australian tour, which is all very exciting. Um, yeah, lots of stuff in the works. I'm constantly writing, working on new music, so I'm excited.
Oh, well, we are very excited for that as well. Fingers crossed that there will be an Asia stop. Fingers crossed, because we would love to have you here in the Philippines live and in person. Unfortunately, Jade, this is all of the time that we have with you. But before we let you go, do you have any message? Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the monsters and to all of your fans currently tuned in?
Yeah, I would just say thanks for tuning in, and I love you guys so much. And I hopefully will see you guys one day.
Oh, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Please, we would love to have you here, maybe here in the station. If you do end up having a Philippine tour, hopefully you get to drop by, visit, maybe have a live jam session. We'd love to hear you here live. Maybe when the weather isn't too gnarly. It's been raining. So, yeah, we'd love to have you here next time. But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining us here, Jay. Thank you so much for basically being a ray of comforting sunshine. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And in the meantime, please take care and stay safe. We'd love to have you here in the future. Fingers crossed. Best of luck for your upcoming album and the upcoming tour. Best of luck.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Monsters, that ends our Monster exclusive interview with the one and only Jade LeMac. In case you missed it, the replay will be uploaded online. So
Oh no, it cut out again.
do be sure to check it out. Yay, and that's it. Thank you. How do you do this again?
I've been chasing this for years.
Okay.
My legs don't work the way that they used to, but they changed when I found you. You're scared that I will disappear, But I swear I
Jade.
could die in this bedroom.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness,
Thank you.
so much.
You could take a piece of my heart.
I honestly do not really know how to work the board and properly hear you without hearing the music. Thank you so much for this amazing sports draft interview.
I have no shoes on my feet. If I'm what you need, I'm home to you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
And with that, you have a great rest of the day. Hope that you didn't tire you too much. Best of luck for the rest of the interviews.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye.